Another 7,000 jobs lost at Procter and Gamble over the next 2 years. 7,000 jobs. They make Pampers. What will Donald Trump do when he runs out of Pampers? He already has a rather stinky hum going about him, so I'm told. People try to keep their distance. You see. Well, Procter and Gamble have just announced that they are going to lay off 7,000 employees because of the tariffs. Donald Trump's tariffs. Where the verbal diarrhea was coming out of his gob, telling his audience that they will be paying the tariffs, all the other countries will be paying the tariffs. But no, that's not how it works. The consumer pays the tariffs. You pay the tariffs. The manufacturers will pass the tariff on to you. And Procter and Gamble have said that's exactly what they're going to do. They've also said they're going to lose around $1 billion this year. $1 billion. Because of these tariffs. So they are making cuts to counter the effects of Donald Trump's tariffs. So much for the other countries paying the tariffs. Well, that was a whole load of holics, wasn't it, eh? No, Procter and Gamble. They have around, what was it again? They got 78 manufacturing plants, that's it. 78 manufacturing plants. They are in 33 countries. Now, those manufacturing plants aren't affected, because generally speaking, Procter and Gamble, they have manufacturing plants close to the countries they sell in. Now, yeah, they've got plants in Canada, I believe, as well. But still, any items that have to enter the United States are going to be affected by a tariff. Now, I know. Donald Trump has collected billions and billions, let's say 150 billion, in tariff duties, for which you have paid. The consumer, American citizens, have been squeezed. Because the other countries haven't paid it. You have. Because the prices are going up. And they've already gone up in some cases. Now, many companies, they held fire for a bit. But they did. They said, well, I'm not going to put our prices up just yet. We don't want to lose our market share. So they held back a bit. Until they knew what was going on. But now they know, well, they are up in the prices to cope with the tariffs. They're cutting the business back to cope with the tariffs. Sacking people because of the tariffs. Now, I'm sure many of those people who are going to get fired, well, they are possibly MAGA people. People that support Donald Trump. Because of all the brand people taking our jobs and our women they are. Now a whole load of holics, that it is. Because those brown people are also paying taxes. Helping the country's bottom line. That wasn't good enough for you. No. So you voted for Donald Trump. And now you're going to be paying 35 to 145% more on practically everything. You've seen the price of food, for instance. And you'll know it's going to be your detergents and your nappies. Can you imagine the size of Donald Trump's nappies? I hope he's charged a premium, quite frankly. Now, they said Donald Trump is applying a tariff regime to bring back manufacturing. How's that panning out for you? You see, if you're going to manufacture something in the United States, you also need to think about the inputs. which are important, you plonkers, such as the steel and the aluminium. Aluminum. On American. Oh, there's nothing like shooting yourself in the foot, is there? And you're grown, and you'll moan, and you'll still, you'll blame the brown people and immigration. Now, Procter Gamble has been struggling since, this is the weakest growth they've had since 2018. This is the weakest growth. It's not because the business is not viable, it's because the market share's changed. People are trading down there, so, okay, I can't afford, argument's sake, Tide or Dawn or Pampers. We'll go for a different brand. Maybe a store's own brand, for instance. We'll buy them instead. They're still the same price now as the Pampers. Donny? That's what we can afford now. And even then we can't really afford it because everything is going up in price. Now we're going to be seeing mass layoffs, and it's not just Procter & Gamble. Ford recently announced that they have got a bit of a situation regarding the tariffs. Now it was a bit ironic considering like 3 months ago or 2 months ago, in May, they said that, the tariffs have been good for us. And now they're saying, no, the tariffs are shit. We're making losses. But also, General Motors has also said it's costing them around $1 billion. So there's a pattern going on here, isn't there? See, when the company makes these announcements, their value shrinks as well, which means their borrowing power shrinks. Their ability to stay afloat shrinks because of sentiment, a feeling. Share values go down. It's just how it works, But it won't just be the people working on the manufacturing floor is going to lose their jobs. It's going to be research and development. It'll be the administration. There'll be HR, considering they won't be able to employ anybody. There'll be no one there to HR. No. It's going to be right across the board, isn't it? And then there's all the support industries. Like I said, lorry drivers, roadside cafes for the lorry drivers, the packaging, the people who make the bottles, the people who print the bottles. The list goes on. And then they will make job cuts because their demand has shrunk. People will be a little bit more careful with the fairy liquid. You're washing up liquid in the bowl when you squirt it in. Instead of going, you might measure it. Weigh it, maybe, before you put it in. How many litres of water is that? How many gallons of water is that? Yeah, alright, that's about right now. That's what we're going to be looking at. People are going to be cutting their fucking dishwasher tablets in half. And using the salt on their fish and chips instead of the dishwasher. Okay, I suppose that's... in the United States, do you have fish and chips? What about Canada? Do you have fish and chips? Or what do you call them? I don't know. You call them American fries now or something stupid. Here on France, so it'd be like Mules and Fritz, it'll be. Yeah, Mules and Fritz. I have to admit, it's actually very good indeed. Especially if you do your own Fritz and not those stupid old frozen bloody things. What is it with people and frozen chips? They're bloody awful. They give you indigestion. What's that all about? What's wrong with cutting a potato? Is that too difficult for you? Chop, 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 done. Bloody easy. And it tastes shitload better, it does. Not just a little bit, but a shitload better. They taste like potato instead of like powdered fluff stuff. Or a crust. Anyway, while this is all going on, other countries around the world are thinking to themselves, well, we can't trade with the United States anymore. They're looking at trading internally. Canada said we were going to be looking more internally and to new markets. Although somebody said their comments earlier in my video yesterday, they said, Canada seems to think they're going to be able to trade just with themselves. Oh, that is, stupid. That's never going to... No, that's not what they said. They say they will increase their internal trade and manufacturing to supply their own people, but also trade abroad. Because that's the thing, you see. You can have a circular economy, but you have to bring money in as well. You can't just keep trading your own money because it's not going to grow. It's just not going to grow. You need direct foreign investment. But to get direct foreign investment, you can't be like the United States. You can't have a tariff regime like the United States. That keeps changing. The goalposts keep moving. How can any investor invest where they don't know what the end goal is? What's going to be happening tomorrow, let alone in a year's time? They can't, can they? Nobody's going to invest under that tyranny. They're going to be looking to safer partners, such as Canada, for instance. And they'll look at Canada and think to themselves, oh, they've got resources, they've got minerals, rare earth minerals, right? They've got steel, they've got wood, they've got this, they've got that. What a perfect place to manufacture. It sounds like I'm not trying to sugarcoat it at all, but it sounds perfect to me. It really does. They'll export less, which will cripple the United States even more because they won't be able to get the raw materials they need, which might make them even more threatening. Donald Trump will get even more aggressive with the 51st state and what have you. He's already threatening Russia by, just because somebody said, oh, I know we're going to, another distraction, another dead cat. I know, I'll chuck a couple of these, push a couple of these nuclear subs nearer to Russia, within firing range of Russia. That'll change, but yeah, people look over there then, you see, yeah, it's another dead cat. This is going to get bad, and it's only really just started. Because companies and countries have been saying, let's hold back a little bit. But it's going to affect absolutely everything. Groceries as a whole is increasing in price. Food is increasing in price as a whole, not just obviously detergents and stuff like that. Then what happens? Companies fall to the wayside. And if they're producing less, even if they haven't collapsed, if they produce less, there'll be less competition. And when there's less competition, prices go up anyway. Supply and demand, you see. It's just how it is. Always has been. It's just counting. Unfortunately. Those people who voted for Donald Trump aren't bright enough to work this out for themselves. And I know it sounds derogatory, it sounds mean, you can't say this about people. But they're the first off the mark to say something derogatory to us on the left, or those of us. Actually, I'm not hard left, even I'm more sort of centre left. Me, I believe in trade. I believe in a mixture, like a hybrid of socialism and capitalism. I mean, that get the whole thing to working together for the benefit of the people. Where the problem comes is when you got all this greed, too much greed. Too much greed, too much hate, too much divide. It's very easy for me to criticise these people for being stupid, because stupid is the stupid does. But if it walks like a duck, it talks like a duck, it's a feckin' stupid duck in that case. I'm just tired of it. I'm just tired of having to watch my P's and Q's for the sake of keeping this channel alive. I've got to be so careful. But I'm not. But I've been censored. Now, yesterday's video did okay. But I've had a lot of videos out there. As soon as I mentioned Trump, or anything like that, like I just did, I feel that I can see it in the stats. Now, I understand if people aren't clicking on the video. But they are clicking on the video. But the YouTube algorithm is not showing it as it once did. Since Donald Trump's been in power. There's a suppression of information. Anything that is derogatory or puts Donald Trump in a bad light and his regime gets marked down. Gets marked down. Now, I watch a lot of right-wing channels, okay? I watch a lot of right-wing channels. And I do that because I want to learn stuff. You have to chill what you disagree with. And quite frankly, they're not very well done. A lot of them are not very well done. There's no real information there. There's nothing to back up, or very little to back up what they're trying to say and the point they're trying to put across. A lot of it is just making excuses for the current regime. Yet they're getting tens of thousands of views. Now, it sounds like a whining about it, but it's not that. It's just that unless we have a media platform that is open and honest and open to everybody on both sides, especially those who are speaking the truth, for Christ's sake, that's where it should be. That's where the baseline should be. Truth, really. Not lies. Because we all need a little bit of education. I'm always learning stuff every single day. And I learn from you guys and gals, leaving comments and what because I do read them. I can't always reply, but I do go through them and I do read them. You have to, because some of them are a little bit, how to push it, a little bit risque. So you have to do, I think you have to anyway. But anyway, if you want to beat the old like button and subscribe to the channel, a little bit like, you get one fuzzy feeling in your pocket every time I upload another video. And if you want to support the channel, do a Patreon or buy us a coffee. And the links are down below. There's also, I think there's soup thanks and stuff like that as well. But we're doing a rewilding here in France. We're planting lots of trees for habitats, really. Not just the trees, end of the day, they're the Earth's lungs, the planet Earth's lungs. I'm trying to create habitats for the birds and what have you. Somewhere safe for them to be. Because so many habitats around here, because the woodlands here, a lot of them are harvested. So all those structures and animal habitats that gets absolutely destroyed. So I'm just hoping we can, we are encouraging them, because we've seen, since we've been doing it, there's a huge increase, of birds and what have you. There's some people on the subscribers on the channel can confirm that as well, because they've been here. But also seen some of the videos where I've got a load of bird chatter in the background. But yeah, anyway, that's just me. I'm waffling now, but yeah, anyway, please just beat the like button and that. But if you want a tree and what have you, there's links down below, and you can have a tree, and they'll make a sign to go with the tree, mate. Yeah, so could be memory of a loved one or something like that, whatever you like. We'll put it on with a laser and or CNC machine or something like that. But for now, if you're worried about your jobs, prepare yourselves. Seriously. Buy a little bit extra food, basic stuff, dried foods and stuff like that, because we're going to be seeing some massive problems. We're going to be seeing horrendous problems in regards to toilet rolls as well. Since that too will be tariffed from Canada, the wood pulp. That's how you got to get them, Canadians. If you want to get the people in the US. Those MAGA people, you will get the MAGA. You will need to hold back your pulp. Your wood pulp that they use for their bog roll. You know how they fight over that stuff. Get yourself a B-day. Anyway, toodaloo, bit of a like button, will you? Have a lovely day. Love to the family.